But if you want to spend as little as possible and learn how to build your PC, this is the way to go, I think. So, guess who is here excited? Look, we've got Atos here. Okay, he's gonna show you how to build a PC. Yes? Yes! I love the excitement too. I love the excitement. Then we got little Bella here. Bella, yeah. Oi, 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 oi. Oi. Ah. Okay, so today aim is to show you guys how to build a PC, and let's get into it. Hello guys, it's Presme here, and this is it. This is the spreadsheet that has all of the budget parts for the computer. So in here we're gonna have a motherboard. The processor is i7, 16 gigs of RAM. It is DDR3, but it's just the most budget PC you can get. The hard drive is 500 gigabytes. You can spend a little bit more and get 1 terabyte. The SSD is 120 gigabyte, or if you want 240 gigabytes, you would have to spend like around £25. Case is up depending on how much you want to spend on case, but that won't increase or improve performance. It will just improve the airflow. But this case that I've picked, you will see it's pretty good. Sata cables, I think they are a little bit more, I think 250, but I will see shortly. LEDs, these are for extra fans with LEDs, and I don't think there are any LED strips in it. And there's the graphics card, so it's equivalent to GTX 1050. It's not 1050, but it is very similar performance. Power supply 30, I think it's down to 28, but we'll see. So the Wi-Fi card, and of course you can upgrade these parts if you want a better ones, but the total cost is £240 just for this spec to get a gaming PC that can play League of Legends, you can stream some games, play Minecraft. It's cheaper than a console. It might not be amazing spec, but it will do the job. Now let's start off with the motherboard. Here it is. We're gonna go on here. I open up link by link so you guys can see what we've got on here. First, we've got the motherboard. You can get one with 4 slots for RAM if you'd like on here, but this one does have 2, and it comes with a fan. So what you would have to look for is for a motherboard that has a shield, like IO shield plate, and that has a fan that will reduce your cost. Of course you can buy a better fan, but that will increase your cost. For the sake of the video, we keep it as low as possible in terms of cost. So when you buy a motherboard, that's the socket, okay? LGA 1155, it can be 1151, depending what series, what generation. So this is around 2nd and 3rd generation CPUs. And you can also buy newer ones, but the cost will be higher because of the RAM. Like for this CPU, the i7 that we're gonna use, it will be a little bit slower or about the same as Ryzen 3. Let's see, 2nd, 3rd generation, about the same. So on here we've got the i7 processor, which is 2nd generation. Okay, i7 2600. Of course you can get better ones, you can redesign it, you can design the spreadsheets like this and calculate your costs. But if you want to spend as little as possible and learn how to build your PC, this is the way to go, I think. So you don't worry that you broke a PC because the part was only £20 or £30, or the motherboard broke. You can just replace it. When you deal with more expensive parts, this is very, very risky because then you have to buy a new motherboard for £150. But you can then sell those PCs, for example, if you want to sell it for, let's say, 300, then you will make around £59 of a profit. But we will get to that later. So what I'm trying to say is focus on what you're aiming for. Gaming PC, or you're building an editing PC. On here you can actually adjust all of these parts. So I've picked them because for me this is optimal spec for the lowest budget. You might not agree, you might want to have a better CPU, you might want to spend £80 on a CPU and have a better motherboard, but then you would have to spend more money on a RAM, which would cost you £60 instead of £30. You might want to get better storage, so that will cost you, let's say, £20 instead of, and that will be 2 terabytes. Solid state, you might want to have 200 or 500 gigabytes, so that will be like 25 or 50 pounds depending. You might want to have a nicer fancy case, 35. Cables, some motherboards don't include cables, but let's say on a motherboard here for 50 pounds, so you might need a decent cooler. Cheap cooler like Be Quiet coolers are around 30 pounds, and that's just a basic good like mid-tier cooler, maybe 85 in total, so that's motherboard with the cooler. Then you add, let's say, cables. They might be included, they might not be with the case. You might not want the fans, okay, you don't care about the fans, or you might want better ones. You might want LED strips, and they'll be 40 pounds, okay, you can keep that in mind. The graphics card, you want to buy actual GTX 1050, okay, we can go and buy GTX 1050, okay, it won't be 40 pounds, it will be 100 pounds. So here you spend, that's on bid right now, 1050 Ti, 90 pounds. I don't know if I trust that because it doesn't have details on in terms of pictures, but you're looking around 80 pounds, so double the cost, similar performance. How we can check that? GTX 760 versus GTX 1050. Here it is, GTX 1050. This slight improvement, similar performance. Of course, the newer graphics card handles things much better, but we're going for super budget build. The 760 is not bad, but if you wanted to go for, I don't know, RTX 2060 or RTX 2060 used one, or you want to buy a new one, that would be like 300 pounds. Let's say 200 pounds. Let's be reasonable, 200 pounds. That's already half of your poor PC cost, 600. And then Wi-Fi card, you want to have a decent one, so 20 pounds. USB cable, you won't even need that. So looking around 600 pounds for just like decent, semi-decent PC, maybe without the LEDs, for so 550, so it's double the cost, okay? I don't want people arguing, oh, you build a rubbish PC and it's cheap for 240 pounds. I understand there are better options out there, but you have to understand that here we're building it from used parts. Some of the parts are new. Like if you want to record in OBS, you can with this graphics card. You can stream in League of Legends. I even have made the videos that were edited by that PC. We've done the processor. The processor here is i7 2600. Good. You can't overclock it. I wouldn't recommend it because overclocking CPU doesn't give you much difference, okay? And 10 to 15%. But then the lifespan of your component is shortened. I like to buy from CX because they have used parts, okay? But you do get 2-year warranty with it, okay? 2-year warranty with the products that you buy from CX. With eBay you don't, of course, because it depends on the seller. RAM you can buy from CX. The only issue with CX when you buy your parts from here, the RAM sometimes can arrive mixed. So if you buy 2 sticks of 8, they will be mixed. And the reason why this is 15 pounds and I put here 34, because they charge for delivery around 2 pounds. Alternatively, you can spend a little bit more, let's say buy motherboard for 30 pounds and buy DDR3 1600, and that way you'll find RAM stick for 4 pounds, okay? You can stick 4 of those and you will still have 16 gigs of RAM, about 6 pounds each, so around 25 pounds. So you save like some of the money, but it evens out really. It's only 3 pounds difference, 3 to 5 pounds difference. Next we've got the hard drive. So in here, these are hard drives which have been used in CCTVs. They are pretty good. What I would recommend is when you get this hard drive and you install them in your PC, get Crystal Disk Info. That's an application that analyzes your hard drive. This is Crystal Disk Mark, this one. So you don't want to Crystal Disk Mark because Mark is doing benchmarking. You want the Crystal Disk Info. and it will tell you what condition your PC is. So you can download the regular crystal disk skin. For these are some skins on here, but on here this is how it looks like. Some guy on YouTube has it, and it shows you the condition of your hard drive. So how healthy. If any of them are orange or red, I would recommend you to send it back and tell the seller that it's faulty or it's becoming faulty, because you don't want something that's failing. Usually from this seller I didn't have any issues. I've bought quite a few hard drives. On here actually is now was available 0, but this is what you can aim for. Okay, SSD, this is same from CX. I do buy from CX because on eBay, for once, prices are very similar and you don't get any warranty. So £15 is not bad. If I went to buy a SSD 120 gigabytes, it's a little bit more. It's like £17 and you don't get warranty. You have to go through eBay and remembering, oh, it's all a mess. When you have an actual shop where you can go to return, exchange it, test it, you have 2-year warranty, no problem, that's fine. For the case we picked on here is Aircool Bolt, which is quite good. I found it on a deal, it's £14. Of course, this is not what I've used, but that's what you can use. The PC that you see in the video has different components, because at the time of making this video, the components availability has changed and the prices have changed significantly. So this is probably quite a good case in my opinion. It supports various sizes of ATX. Overall, it's a good looking case. For that price, I can't complain, but I think the delivery charge, they do have a delivery charge which we have to add on. I assume it's gonna be 34 because they charge £8 for next day delivery. And if you don't take next day delivery, I think, I don't know, it's around £32–34. So this is what you're looking for in terms of case prices. Cables, SATA cables here, it's 229. This one, so it's pack of 2. So you need one for your hard drive and one for SSD. Of course, gaming PCs don't have a space for DVD drive, so you don't need that third SATA cables. If you're buying a motherboard that's brand new, they usually have SATA cables included. For LEDs, you can find, loads of good stuff, okay? But they will be crazy prices. Let's say a pack of 5 RGB fans. So I found on Google supplier for fans for $20.99, and that has the controller that controls the light. You connect all of the fans to it, and you do also have the remote. Graphics card, we're going for GTX 760. You can go for GTX 670. That's about the same performance. It's cheaper. For the sake of the video, we're gonna go for 670. 5% difference. The 760 is better, the 670 is better by 5, maybe 12%. So actually, comparing it to 1050 Ti, there's not much difference, to be honest. As you can see, in terms of games, there's 5–7% difference, and it's cheaper. Okay, GTA 5 is on max setting on 1080p. You don't need to run it on maximum settings. You can go in medium and you have decent like 60–80 FPS. Okay, so £37 we've got here. Power supply, and the power supply here is £28, 7 available, no delivery cost. I can see, no, £3, so it's £31 for the power supply. Wi-Fi card here is on eBay, free delivery, £7 one, and a USB cable. Why you need the USB cable? Because your case will have USB 3.0. So the case at the top will have a USB, like a blue connector, and that you can't connect to your motherboard because it's 2nd generation. These have been released, I think, on 4th generation motherboards and onwards. So if you want to have this connected, you will need this USB adapter. So you will plug this in to your blue cable, and the adapter goes to the motherboard. So you have 2 of these sockets that you need to plug into the case. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all of the parts covered. So in total, it's 11 parts. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, but 11 without counting the LEDs. So sale price, let's say if you sell it for 300, profit minus cost to build, you make 55 pounds. This is not really a video to show you how much you can make money. It's all about how cheap you can build a PC. Okay, so 244 pounds and 69 pence. It's decent amount for the spec. And now we'll show you some of the gameplay.